This tutorial will focus on how to best utilize Jstor. So you've accessed Jstor from the Media Center website, which is located here at is.gd/SHSMC, and you've clicked on Resources. Now, when you scroll down to the bottom, you've passed the Google Scholar tutorial, the Intro to Research at SHSMC, you passed the Gale tutorials, and you'll see this thumbnail that will take you right to Jstor. Note that when you arrive, it might look like this, where it asks you to type in Sequoia for your username, lowercase, and the Jstor password, which is lowercase ravens with an S. I would then click to keep me logged in. But when I click it, I'm already logged in because I do searches so frequently. You'll also notice that you're immediately shown that your access is provided by Sequoia High School. That's how you know you're in the right spot. Now, just today I learned that if I register and make my own account, in addition to being under our credential, I have more control over what I need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my account that I made using the Media Center as my name. And you'll see that once I log in here, I'm now back at the main search. So I heard somebody is searching for statistics on the invasive elk ivy. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in invasive species in California. Let's just see what happens for sake of the search and because I don't want to actually do all of your research for you. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in, and now I get 14,657 search results. So I can then specify whether I want actual books or if I want journals. I can look for my dates or give it a range. So in case my IB assignment makes me limit my search years, I can do so. Okay, so let's go ahead and just for sake of this example, I'm going to look at the threat to the California flora from invasive species, problems and possible solutions. Okay, so I can do a couple of things. Number one is I can click on the journal article. I can let that load. I can download the PDF, at which point I need to be reminded that the first page is always a cover page and I must scroll down to do my actual reading. Okay. At this point, you can save to your desktop, to your downloads, or you can print it, etc. Okay, back to my search result though. I'd like to see all of these other items that come up, right? They show me that I might be interested in finding more content. So in this case, I might go ahead and click on invasive species. And this time I'm going to show you what I would do here with the resource. Okay, so going back to the first result, I want to download, but I also want to cite this item. So I'm going to click citations, and you'll notice that I have some options to choose from. Make sure you've checked with your teacher to make sure that MLA is the one that you want. As you get older and move into college, you should also check. For instance, I'm in grad school right now and they want APA style, but we also use RefWorks. So I get free memberships to these things, and my citation management is quite simple, much more simple than I ever imagined. So anyway, I can copy this to my clipboard, and then I can put that into my works cited page or my bibliography. You can export a text file, but if you don't have an idea of what you're going to do with that, then you're left with just this kind of gobbledygook type thing. Okay, so now let's go back to my other options. I can find similar articles, and it says start with this article, we'll introduce you to its friends. So let's go ahead and try that. So again, I click try it. This is the lab's text analyzer, so it's uploading that document, and this is in beta, so it must be new. So we're going to hopefully be patient and see what happens here. And it's going to generate some recommendations. So I'm very excited to see what happens. Okay, and I'm assuming that when you do your searches, you'll be a little bit more specific than I was so that you can actually yield results that help you. But look what happens when I hover over the title, right? It tells me the relevancy score on the term, and it gives you different variations on the term as well. Okay, so one other thing I want to point out for you folks who are maybe new to Jstor is that if you click on support, you can click on the student tab here, and it will help you understand how best to do a search. My favorite topic is Boolean operators. Okay, so this is teaching you how to use the logic of your search terms to come up with what you need. Okay, so When you have exact phrases and you're looking in certain fields, you might not get what you need if you don't word it correctly. So the weapon is Boolean searching, according to Jstor, and it's mainly comprised of 3 parts. Now, isn't this hilarious? Just keep reading, okay? So the Boolean operators are and, or, and not. So if I want to write in invasive species, not eucalyptus, I can then find all of the objects or articles that will talk about anything but eucalyptus. Okay, so that is hopefully a little bit helpful. So I'm going to go back to the front. Let's go ahead and try that, right? And you can spend some more time reading that, but let's go ahead and write invasive species, capital N-O-T. Let's see, do I know how to spell eucalyptus? No, eucalyptus. Let's see what happens. You can see I got far fewer results. So already I'm getting closer to what I need. Now, you might write invasive species, not eucalyptus, and California. Or let's do and ivy and see what happens. Now, because I capitalized that, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but you'll see my search results are getting lower and lower, which is actually better when it comes to finding and modifying your search as well. So again, we're back here, the effects of English ivy, and I think this might actually help somebody who's searching this. I can download PDF, I can add to my list, and because I'm logged in, I'm going to call this my ESSIA, and I'm going to create that. And I probably would have put the year in there so that in case I came back to this later for another topic, I have that list. And what does that mean? It means that when I click on my profile, I see my list right here, and I can just keep all of these things together. And did you see that there? I could even go over and build an outline about what I want to write about. So Jstor has really come a long way, and it's really helping us work on our writing skills as well. So you can make your way through the outline builder, including how to build a thesis. You can add some sections or notes for your paper. You can add additional sections, and then you can actually download the outline and turn it in if you need to. Okay. That's all for today. We will circle back on Jstor in another tutorial. Thanks.